Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Joyful House and welcome to our 21st Joyful House Tea Party. Oh my goodness, how is everyone doing on this wonderful Thursday evening? Let's see who we have here with us. Now I'm scrolling to the top. Hello, Jen Ree. She says, I am here. Hi, friend. Well, hello to you as well. And we have an eagle in the house, you guys. So if you will, help me give a great big joyful eagle welcome to the lovely Margie. Margie, welcome in. So good to have you on this Thursday evening. Sorry I did not make it over to your house earlier this evening. And we also have Miss Laura here. Welcome back, Laura. So good to see you again. She was with us over at the watch party. We had a good time over there. And another eagle has landed. So if you will, help me give a great big joyful eagle welcome to the lovely Wanda. Welcome in, Wanda. So good to have you here tonight. And Wanda says, hello, everyone. I am in Tennessee tonight. All right. And it was good to have you a few minutes ago at the watch party as well. Trying to find my way back in the chat. Hello, Bridget. Welcome in. How are you? She says, hello, everyone. Nugs, my friends, I'm not feeling well, so I'm going to kick back and listen until I pass out. My love to all. We'll definitely hope you get to feeling better. And Angela is back in the Joyful House. She was just with me a few minutes ago at the watch party as well. She says, hi, Cynthia and everyone in the chat. How are y'all doing tonight? She is doing fine, drinking water, and she is working on nothing right now, she says. I hear you. I hear you. Well, so glad you're here, and it's so good to have you. And we've got Miss Suzanne, and she is back in the Joyful House. You guys, we just had a great time over at the watch party. Would love for you to come join us. And if you're not sure what the watch party is, that is where we watch the episode of Call the Midwife that we will be doing the trivia questions on tomorrow night on Friday night. Now, with that being said, there won't be a watch party and a movie night for quite some time, but I'm going to share all that later on when we go through channel updates. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming in and welcoming each other in. Number one, I truly cannot express how much I appreciate that so much. I want to make sure that everyone that comes into the Joyful House definitely feels like they belong, because they do. And I want them to be filled with as much joy as possible. And when you love on them, there's no way they can't feel the joy and feel the love. So thank you for that. Plus, just a reminder that something that Nightbot has started doing is it let us know who our top chatters are. And so I have been on the weekends recognizing the top chatters for the week. There's a first, second, and third place. And first place gets 3 extra entries on the Tea Party giveaway wheel. Second place gets 2, and third place gets 1. And then if you are in the chatter list, every 25 comments you've made for the week, you get an extra entry. So a lot of you guys have been racking up those entries for chatters. So keep chatting. All right. And welcome back, Miss Kate. So good to have you back. You guys, I'm telling you, we had a great time over there at the watch party. All right. And another eagle has landed in the building, and she was also with us earlier at the watch party. If you will, help me give a great big joyful eagle welcome to the lovely Tiffany. Welcome in, Tiffany. So good to have you back in the Joyful House. All right. She says, I am definitely looking forward to tomorrow from about 2 p.m. on. I can talk. I can read. Whew. It's been a couple days for me, you guys. I found out yesterday in the most unexpected way that I got a little bit dehydrated, and I have had to apologize quite a few times to Samantha. I had to cancel our play date last night because I was getting treated, but doing much better, which is what all this cough is about. So we're just going to ignore it. But she says from about 2 p.m., I still can't get it out. 2 p.m. on, I will not have to leave my house for any reason. What? That is awesome. Unless I want to for 10 days. I am so excited. Well, come on, 2 p.m. then. All right. And she's telling Wanda to be safe out there. And of course, you know, we have our little logo to ask Wanda, where are you? But she's already told us she's in Tennessee. So yes, Tiffany, we do hope that she is safe out there on the road. All right. And Mateo is here. Hello, Mateo. Nugs, nugs, nugs. So good to have you. And let's see. I'm going to make sure we get everyone. And there is Samantha. Hello, Samantha. Nugs, nugs, nugs. Thank you so much for the grace of letting me miss our play date tomorrow. But of course, she already knows we're going to make it up next Tuesday evening. So I appreciate her letting me have that time to get the treatment and come and just rest. Just rest. All right. Much, much better, Samantha. Much better. All right. And Miss Laura is here with us. Nugs, nugs. Welcome back to the Joyful House. I'm telling you, we had a full house over there at the watch party, you guys. You don't know what you're missing. But thank you for coming back over, Laura. Oh, no, Samantha. Are you not feeling well? She says, I need prayers for my stomach. Oh, my goodness. Absolutely. And Tiffany is saying, hope you feel better. And Suzanne is giving prayers, Samantha. Hello, Sonja. Welcome in. And Nug, so good to see you. Welcome home. I'm sure it has been a long day. Thank you guys so much again for just loving on each other and welcoming each other in. If that's all we did, it would be so worth it because we can never give and receive enough hugs or nugs, as we like to call them. And Sonja's saying she hoped that everyone had a blessed day. And Dawn P is here. Nugs, nugs, Dawn. Are you guys home safely and snug in your own home? And she says, Bridget, thinking about you and praying for you. That's so sweet, Dawn. Thank you so much for that. And Kate is offering up prayers for Bridget and Samantha. Thank you, Kate. You're so sweet. And Miss Margie's giving out nugs to Sonja and Bridget. Thank you, Miss Margie. Sonja says, I'm very tired. We had training today and then to work. Wow. So double duty today. Well, hopefully you can sit back and relax right now. She says, I am so glad to see everyone and chill out. Absolutely. Absolutely. And everyone is still saying hello. And Dawn says, we are home and enjoying some beautiful downtime to crochet again. Awesome. Awesome. Well, I am at the bottom of the chat. So if you guys will, Wanda says, waving at Pam as I roll by. All right. Because Pam is in Tennessee and we're going to do our best to, you know, work some things out, Pam and I, for the new year on Thursdays. And I'll talk about that in just a little bit. Thank you, Dawn and Jen and Margie and Sonja for those emojis, and Angela. They are definitely going to help me find my way right back in the chat where I need to be. Okay, so we have, let's go ahead and do the tea next, shall we? So I grabbed one of my mugs that I haven't actually drank out of in quite some time. And it's got flowers on it, and the flowers make me think more of spring, but the colors of the flowers make me think a little bit more of fall. And they kind of match some of the colors that we got on the screen over here. Whoops, I'm going off the screen. So I chose it. It's got the C on it, of course, for Cynthia, but I just heated my water up, so it should be pretty hot. We've got 2 more of those particular tea bags for me to try. And of course, we gave away 7 of them last week, and Kim was the recipient of that. And she was able to get them because she came to my house. What a joyful visit that was. And if you didn't get to see pictures, then be sure and go over and check out the playground video because I had pictures in there. All right, looks like we've got apricot and jasmine. So which one is it going to be? I'm going to shake it up really good. And I'm not going to look because the colors of the boxes would let me know which one is which. And I truly don't want to guess. I truly don't want to know. And so we are having jasmine. So we'll have apricot the next time we have our tea party. Okay. So let me get this going. And then just in case there's someone that hasn't been here with us since we've been going through these teas, let me pull it out so everyone can see what it looks like. Smells pretty good. Not a real strong scent. Kind of a flowery scent because it is jasmine. Y'all know flowery teas are not necessarily my favorite, but we'll see. We'll see. All right. Ooh, that water's so hot, it dunked right in. All right, so we're going to let that seep and cool a minute. And while it is doing that, we've got some birthdays to celebrate. And if you don't think I have your birthday and you do celebrate them, because I respect that not everybody does, then please make sure I have it so that we can not only celebrate on your special day, but all week long with you. All right. So let me get over to our birthdays for this week. And we have the lovely Gwen from Mama Knows Best, aka Gwen. And then our lovely Sonja that's in the chat. Her birthday is also this week, specifically Sunday. So if you will, join me in singing happy birthday to Gwen, Sonja, and anyone else that may be here or that is in our Yarny community that I just don't know about. And let's wish them a very happy birthday. All right, here we go. All right. Happy birthday to Gwen and Sonja. And again, anyone else that might be celebrating their birthday that we just do not know about. But I hope you guys are having a very special week and hope your day is very special. My tattletale. And that is not that bad, especially considering I've been a little on the underweather side. So, okay, moving along. Next, we have quite a few new Joy family members. And so I always want to take time, besides on the community post, to shout out anyone who has hit that subscribe button recently and joined the Joyful family. And so we do have a couple people. We've got, and I apologize if I ever mispronounce someone's name. It is never my intention. I take names very seriously. So if I do mispronounce it, please kindly either try to correct me in the chat if you're present, or in a comment if you're not and you catch the replay, or in an email, because I definitely want to always get your name right. All right. We have Jennifer Wasaki. We have Kimberly with Pajama Quilter, Missy S.J., Heidi with Pausalutely Yarntastic with Heidi, and Miss Carol from Broke But Beautifully Blessed. Love that channel name. That is awesome. So want to welcome in Jennifer, Kimberly, Missy, Heidi, and Miss Carol. So you guys, if you will, help me join in and welcoming our new Joy family. All right, last Thursday night, and all of our rush trying to get everything done and get all the giveaways done and all of that and get over to Pam's birthday celebration, we did do the gifted memberships from the channel. And we had 10 lovely people that were invited to be a part of the Joy team, which, if you're new here, is technically paid memberships, but I don't like using the word membership, so we call them Joy team. So would like to welcome in those 10 people. And they are Miss C from Miss C's Cottage, Gwen, Mama Knows Best, aka Gwen, one of our birthday girls, Ivy from Ivy B Creates, Doris Artman, Pam from B Creative Crafts, Deb Morgana. She must have 2 channels because she's subscribed on her own, and then another channel got gifted membership. Sandrine with Purple Crochet and More with Dreeny, Jennifer Redgate, Dawn from Dawn Aaron Loving Hands Creations, and Miss Terry from Terry Crafty Tea 333. So if you will, help me welcome in our new Joy team members. And I did get them finally shouted out on the community post today. Forgive me for taking a week to do that. You guys, I have been so busy here in the Joyful House trying to wrap up everything for 2025 and get ready for 2026. Now, there's a lot of fun and exciting things that are still yet to happen in the Joyful House in 2025. And I will remind you of all those in just a moment. And then we've got a lot of new things that are coming in 2026. So I've been really focused and diligent on some of that stuff. And so again, I apologize to those 10 folks for not shouting them out sooner, but they are out on the community page right now. So if you will take some time and go over and give them a great big welcome in, I would greatly appreciate that. All right. One more thing, and then I'm going to head back over to the chat for a moment. This is the Joyful House. And I know that we're all always going through something. We're all always going through some kind of burden or internal battles, external battles. But it's very important that we always have a mindset that seeks the positivity in life versus the negativity. And so with that, to help us always get in that mindset and enjoy each other's company, I invite you to express your joy. So if you will, take a moment and let's express our joy and let's be thankful and grateful, not just because Thanksgiving is coming up, but just because life is a wonderful thing. It is a beautiful journey, even in the hard times. So if you will, let's do a joy dance. Let's bring on our joy. All right. I want to say thank you to all of those friends I mentioned earlier who dropped me some emojis because I was able to find my way right back into the chat where I needed to be. So thank you again for your help. And Laura says, Jasmine. Well, Jasmine is what we're going to try. Letting it cool for a moment. Hello, we've got the beautiful Sunita in the house with us tonight. Nugs, nugs, my friend. She is saying, hi, Cynthia in chat. Thank you for the fancy card. You are so welcome. What she's referring to is, and many of you have seen it already because you've commented, that was a little thank you card to her for being a part of the traveling box of joy and allowing it to come to her wonderful home in Joliet. And so that's what that was about. But you are more than welcome, my friend. The honor and the joy is all mine that you participated in that traveling box of joy adventure. And as you all know, it is currently at China's house right now. And that update will be coming out on Saturday. But it's actually really technically left China's house as of yesterday. And it is on its way to a new house. And I let that person know today. And they are very, very excited. And you will find out on Saturday. So go check it out. All right. Thank you guys so much for loving Sunita in. And we've got the beautiful Miss Diane with us. Hello, Diane. Welcome in. Nugs, nugs, nugs. How are you on this lovely Thursday evening? So good to have you. You guys, thank you so much for wishing happy birthday to all of those that are celebrating birthday and saying hello. And Miss Sonja says thank you to all of you for the birthday wishes. Thank you again for wishing all of our birthday folks a happy birthday. I appreciate it. Look at you guys. And Sonja says, my older sister had a birthday today and her name is Juanita. Well, happy birthday to her. Give her some birthday love and hugs from us. And thank you, Suzanne. She is telling Juanita happy birthday. And so is Laura. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. Amazing, amazing. All right. And Sonja's welcoming all of our new Joy family. And Kate is welcoming in our new Joy team members. You guys are so amazing. Dawn says, my joy is having a group of people like you all to share time with, right? Oh my gosh. So well said, Dawn. Well said. Thank you guys so much for loving that Diane in. That was Diane Sharp. And we have another Diane to welcome in. Hello, Diane Major. Nugs, nugs. So good to see you. It is my pleasure to have you. It is my honor and my pleasure to have you here. So welcome into our tea party. And I love it, Jen. She says, Miss Major, always a pleasure with you. Right? Right? All right, I'm at the bottom of that chat again. So if some of you would be so kind and gracious to drop me some more emojis, that would be so, so helpful. Let's see if our tea is cooled off before we go on to the next thing. Still feeling kind of hot, but we're going to see. Oh, I don't know. That's still kind of hot. I'll try to stick my tongue in. That's not too bad. It's warm. It's warm. Oh, this is definitely not my favorite. This is not my favorite. Oh, I don't like to waste anything, but I don't know if I can drink this one. Not that I have experience in tasting soap, but if I had to guess, this is what soap would taste like. This is not my favorite. Let me let it cool a little bit more, and we'll see what it tastes like cool. Again, flowery teas are not my cup of tea. So we'll let that cool just a little bit longer. Thank you guys so much. Miss Margie and Angela and Jen and Dawn and Kate for those emojis. I truly appreciate it. All right, moving on. What else do we have to talk about? Let's talk about some of our announcements, and then we're going to look at our video make and bloopers video. But before we do that, Never no pressure, but I am going to see if it will work tonight. And it may not. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's still not working. Oh, maybe it did. I can't tell. I was trying to set our goal, but it looks like it's still not working on YouTube. Yep, it's still not working. So I don't know what's up with that. Well, I'll just let you know, I did set it for 10 super chats. And if we get them, then each person who donates will get 3 extra entries on the Tea Party wheel. And if we meet that goal, then we'll select 5 people from the chat, in addition to the ones that we'll be selecting in a little bit, to go onto that Tea Party wheel. All right. Moving on. Announcements. Oh my gosh, there's so much. So let me reel it in and see what I can get out. Let me grab my calendar here. So I want you to mark your calendars because there's going to be some things kind of changing up just for the end of the year. So we can get in some kind of parties, so to speak, for the Christmas holidays and just the end of the year time. We will have, let me just look at the calendar here. We will only have one more tea party this year. And that will be on December the 11th. Next Thursday is Thanksgiving. So we're going to take some time off because I do plan on spending it with my family. So there'll be no tea party next Thursday. The following Thursday, of course, is the first Thursday in December, which is December the 4th. And we don't usually have a tea party on that first Thursday because that is the one Thursday that I put aside to have a play date with myself. And then we'll come together on December the 11th. And then the last 2 Thursdays of the month is the 18th and the 25th. And of course, the 25th is Christmas Day. But I'm going to take off next week and the last 2 weeks of December and just kind of enjoy a little bit of vacation and a break from the channel. Not a break from you guys, but a break from the channel because I've been working so hard on all the content that we'll be bringing in the new year, in addition to what we've got going on now. And I'm about to go over that in just a moment. So one more tea party after tonight, and that's December the 11th. And you do want to come because that's when we'll be spinning the wheels for our giveaways and all of that and doing all of that stuff and giving away some more tea. So definitely come on the 11th. Movie night. Tomorrow night is the last movie night of 2025. And I know you're going, oh my gosh, Cynthia, there's like 6-7 weeks left. Again, next Friday is the Friday after Thanksgiving. And we still are going to be spending time with family. So that's why we're not meeting there. We will be meeting in the Joyful House the first Friday of the month, which is December 5th. We're going to be showing the Charlie Brown Christmas special from 7 to 7:30. And then at 7:30 till 9 o'clock, we're going to be showing It's a Wonderful Life. So if you would like to come to those, all you have to do is send me an email, and I can put an email up on the bottom of the screen. It's also in the description box below. And send me an email that you would like to come, and I'll send you the link for that. If you only want to come to the Charlie Brown, then just put, Charlie Brown. If you want to come only to It's a Wonderful Life, then put It's a Wonderful Life. Otherwise, you can just let me know you want to come to both. But you don't have to come to both in order to come to one, if that makes sense. So that's December 5th. Then December 12th, we have a special event going on, and we are going to be joining together with Ivy from Ivy B Creates and having a bingo here in the Joyful House. And so we already have several people who have agreed to donate towards that bingo. And I do want to encourage, if there's anyone out there that, you know, there's something that you want to just clean off of your shelf and maybe give as a giveaway, just let either Ivy or myself know. I myself am planning to give away a great big Santa sack that is 19 inches in width, 27 inches in height. That's a really, really big bag of yarn, you guys. And then I have a small bag that's 16 inches across and 19 inches tall that I'll be giving away. Now, I'm also going to offer up a second big Santa sack of yarn, but unfortunately, because it can cost me anywhere from $50 to $100, depending on where in the United States I'm sending that, and it will be only through the United States. Because the other day, you guys, I sent somebody just six cakes of yarn, and it cost me $63. I'm telling you, our shipping is crazy. So I do have intentions. I will have a second really big jumbo bag of yarn ready, but I am going to be setting a goal. And if it's not working in YouTube, then I'll just verbally give it like I have tonight for Super Sticker Super Chats. And the goal will be 25, and the minimum, and I never put a minimum on anything, but I will put a minimum of $2 for that. So it's kind of like playing the lottery. And if we meet that goal, then I will give away that second big bag, because that'll at least give me $50 to help put towards the shipping of that, as well as, of course, the cost of the yarn. But anyway, so that is exciting. That is December 12th. Mark your calendars. Next Friday, which is November 28th, I will have a video that will go out. If you've already got numbers over at Ivy's house, don't worry about having to send in new numbers unless you want to change them. You can put them on that video. If you don't have numbers over at Ivy's house, then you can put your numbers on that video. With my past bingos, I always had you give 7 numbers, but we're going to go back to the minimum of 5. So you only have to provide 5 numbers, and you can put it on that video. I will have reminders throughout every week up until that night and on the day of that bingo to remind you. I want to really, really, really encourage you guys to get your numbers in ahead of time. The more time that we have to play, the more games we'll be able to do. But if we spend the first 30, 45 minutes getting folks numbers, then we will not be able to play all the games that we want to play. So if y'all want to play more games of bingo and win more prizes, then try to send your numbers in ahead of time. Now, if someone happens to pop in and didn't even know we were having bingo, they are welcome to play. They can put their numbers in the chat, and they can play in the next game from where they came in and put their numbers. So we are welcoming people at all times to come in and play. The more, the merrier. And then, of course, like I said earlier, with the tea parties, with movie night, I'm taking the last 2 weeks in December off. So that takes us through 2025. It is almost here. It is almost over, you guys. We literally have, oh my gosh, what, 5 more weeks? 5 more weeks of 2025. That's like, what? It is flying by. All right. 2026. I am beyond excited, and I have been spending a lot of time getting ready for it. I have 2 segments that are coming out in 2026. One is open to the entire channel, and the other one is open to the Joy Team. If it works successfully with the Joy Team in 2026, then I will pray about bringing it to the entire channel in 2027. But first, let's talk about what is going to be open to the channel. My sister came to me a couple months ago, and I've already talked to y'all about this a little bit. And she really wants to learn how to crochet, and she wants to learn how to knit, and she just wants to know everything she could possibly know. And so I am bringing a segment to the channel, and it's called Craft Table Talks. And it's going to start out with the basics, and then it's going to move up and just teach different techniques and different stitches and encourage the making of projects and using those stitches and those techniques. And so I am very excited to see where this goes. There will be times that I will be just as much a student, even though I'm sitting in the teacher position, learning these techniques and learning these stitches and learning the craft of the trade. But I'm excited about it. I've already begun working on that material and content, and I really, really cannot wait for it to launch. Then the second thing that I'm bringing to the Joy Team members, it's going to be called Joyful Creations with the Joy Team. And what that is we're going to meet once a week right before our Joy Team lives on Mondays. And we're going to work on a project all year long. It is going to be a blanket, and it is a blanket that I haven't really seen out on the streets and I haven't heard anyone talking about. And the reason I know that is because I've taken a combination of parts of other blankets that I've seen and liked, and I've designed part of it, and it's a collab of designers that are really contributing this blanket. And so those designers don't have a clue because it's such a little piece of this blanket and this blanket. I've been really working on this project for quite some time, and I finally have it all together. I've gotten all the pattern steps worked out or written out and worked out. So it is ready to go. And again, that will start taking place on the very first Monday in January, which is January the 5th. And we will start that at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. Is that right? No, excuse me, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We will finish up at 7:30, which means that the Joy Team Live will be moving from 7 p.m. to 7:30. So basically, we'll be together from 6 to 9 o'clock. So I'm very, very excited about that. Now, speaking of a project together, I do have one other event that is happening in December in the Joyful House for the entire channel. And that is going to be on December 13th. It's a Saturday. Many of you came to me and said, hey, can we do like a pajama party crochet along? And so I didn't give those couple people answers for quite some time. In fact, one of them thought that I was completely ignoring them. And I said, no, I was just trying to see what I would be able to work out and work through. And I said, let me get back to y'all. And so they've been so patient and so kind. And it was a really nice sized group. I think there was about 6 people that approached me. But anyway, we're going to have something. And instead of a crochet along, it's going to be a make along. And it's going to last approximately no later than 6 hours. And I know you're like, what? Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about a 6-hour live. But I know that with friends and good company, it will go by fast. But I'm going to have a sign-up sheet, and everybody that wants to participate, you are going to get the pattern for that project in your hands before that night. So you can have the pattern and you can have the instructions on screen, whichever you prefer. Now, if you don't sign up, that doesn't mean you can't come participate. It just means that you'll get the instructions only on screen. And so it is something that is very doable in that time frame. It may not even take us that long. And if it doesn't, well, then we'll end the live sooner or either hang out and chat. But I'm bringing that pajama party feel as well as working on a small project together. And again, that will be on December 13th, which is a Saturday, and we will start at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and run through midnight. Now, do I expect y'all to remember all this? Absolutely not. As many of you that have been with me for a while know, I put out on the community post everything that's going on in the Joyful House. Even that is going to be getting a new look. So I'm trying to minimize the work and maximize the fun. I'm trying to work smarter, not harder. And so something that I've been really, really thinking about is what's a good way to get the information out and not have everyone having to look for and scroll through to find this particular, post. I noticed that some of you said that you're still not getting notifications, even for the tea party, even for movie night, even for Bible chats. And so there's nothing I can do about that. That's a YouTube thing, and it's beyond and out of my hands. So I thought, well, how can I make this easier? So starting this coming Monday, on Monday at 11 o'clock, there's going to be one post. And in that post, it will have all the main videos and lives that happen in the Joyful House week after week. And it will have a link. Now, if you look at it and there's not a link, that means that I'm still in process of that. But as soon as I get that link, I'll go back and put it in. But the goal is to have all the links to all the videos and lives. Lives will be easy. Those will definitely be there. But uploaded videos like the playground, crochet heart, those I can't upload until I actually create those videos. But the goal is to have them done and ready before that airs at 11 o'clock on Monday morning, so that you'll have every link that you need. Now, there will be special pop-up videos like the Traveling Box of Joy. Right now, I've got a video put together of Mr. Joyful and my time at the cabin for our 20th wedding anniversary. I know some of y'all have been waiting on that. It is done. It's been done, but I just want to review it before I put it out. And I got about maybe 16 minutes of it watched this afternoon. So I've got to finish it. It is a long video. It's about an hour and 6-7 minutes long. But it's just literally a grab of everything that happened that week, and a lot of nature in it, a lot of nature, because y'all know I love nature. So videos like that may have to have their own individual post. But if you're ever struggling to find something on the Joyful channel, I know there's so many channels out there that y'all participate and watch in, but on mine, I do try to have some kind of post with a link. So all you got to do is click on it. Now, obviously, our Real Delight on Friday night, movie nights, I can't give you a link because that's in a private Zoom room. Watch parties for movie night, I can't give you a link because that's in a private Zoom room. And Reel It In on Sundays, showing the Chosen miniseries, I can't give you a link because that's also in a private Zoom room because of copyright issues. But all you have to do is send me an email. Now, I've done a lot of talking. I've done a lot of throwing things at you, but I am so excited about these events. And I do hope that you will write down the ones that interest you and come participate and be a part of it. I do have something else to share, but I'm going to stop and check on the chat a minute. I'm looking for those emojis that my friends dropped, and I found them. Thank you again, you guys, for that. It was very, very helpful. And with that, Miss Sonja, thank you so much for your gift. I have a gift for you, and this is just a little thank you from me to you. I appreciate that so much. I think everyone's had a chance to get my email. Again, it's down in the description box if you need it. But thank you, Miss Sonja, for that gift. I appreciate that so much. All right. Jen says, I'm glad you'll be taking some much needed time off. Yes, it is long, long overdue. And I'm going to be very honest with you. I have not been able to dabble with the Stranger Things blanket like I had hoped. It's hard. You know, we've got physical therapy coming in here so many times during the week. We've got nurses that are coming in during the week. In fact, I'm so grateful for that because it was a nurse that was able to help me yesterday to recognize and identify that the symptoms I was having and the throwing up and all that was due to dehydration. I've been staying hydrated. I went to go grab my water bottle. Well, I'm just going to prove to y'all. I've been staying hydrated. This is from this afternoon. So definitely trying to take care of that because I've come so far and made such great progress. I don't want to go backwards for sure. But anyway, so thank you for that, Jen. All right. Um, she says, I thought you couldn't change a post once you uploaded it. That is a poll. You can change a post, not a poll. Polls are the only ones you cannot do that with, but a post you can. I know, Tiffany. Y'all, I am so excited. Oh, so excited. In fact, for my Joy team, our next project, which they already know, we're not starting till January 5th. I have also gone through that project and wrote down the instructions, and I've broke them up for each night. And I know exactly how long it's going to take us to do the project. I'm so excited, you guys. I am on the ball and ready. I've been doing a lot of stuff to prepare for this, which may also play into why I haven't worked on the Stranger Things blanket, but that's why I'm taking off next week, and why I'm also taking off the last 2 weeks in December, not just to spend time with family, but to get that done, because I am not taking that blanket into 2026. If it is not done in 2025, it's not going to get done, and it's going to get done. So thank you guys so much for understanding. Love the hearts, Jen. Thank you. Okay, one more thing, and then we're going to move forward. Thank you so much for your grace. As many of you know, and I've already mentioned it, and I'm working on this as well so that I can put this little excerpt into Saturday's video with Crochet Heart. But Dana from Dana's Wonderless Crochet started this project at the beginning of 2025. I think she brought it out like around March, something like that. And it was called Crochet Heart. And it's where you work on a project that's really just like near and dear to your heart, something you've wanted to do, but because of the craziness of life and all the other projects that are on your hook, you've not been able to do. Or maybe it's something that, you look at the pattern and you just get all kinds of warm squishies inside. Maybe you're like me and you've bought several patterns, but you've never done them. I was so excited when she did this because it encouraged me to pull one of those out and start it. At the current time, it wasn't so much a project as it was some yarn. I had bought some alpaca yarn from our local alpaca shop, and it was pretty expensive, but it's pretty luxurious. So it's well worth every penny spent. But I really, really had been wanting to do something with it, and it had just continued to sit on the shelf, and it was just too pretty to be on the shelf. So that was what I designed or did my first project with, was that crochet, or that alpaca yarn. And so in the beginning, I set aside 1 hour a week. She didn't tell us how long. She just said we do it at our leisure. And so I chose to give myself 1 hour a week. With my busy schedule, 1 hour would be just glorious for me to just set aside and spend some time just crocheting on a project that I was excited about. An hour wasn't enough. So I have given myself 2 hours, and I did it with this second project. So I'm in my second project of Crochet Heart, and many of you've seen it. I did have it on the mannequin. I hate that she's a little nude back there, but she's dark enough. Maybe you can't see her up against that armoire. She was supposed to be housing the shawl that I won from Miss Margie, but I ended up using the shawl that I won from Miss Margie, and it is currently in my car because it comes in very, very handy on these cold mornings, going to pick up Trayvon from work or taking him at midnight when it's really cold. So it's getting used. So that's the positive of it not being on the mannequin. But anyway, I am on my second project with Crochet Heart. And so this project really from the start just really brought joy to me. Well, long story short, Dana also has all these crafty ideas going in her head. And when I reached out to her and said, hey, I haven't really seen anyone else doing anything for Crochet Heart, and I'm just kind of curious, like, am I the only one? And so she let me know that she has not really been able to give it the attention that she wanted. One, because she is working, driving on the road all the time. Two, she has so many other great ideas that she wants to do and incorporate, that it's not that Crochet Heart wasn't important, but like me, I'm so excited about these things coming up. She decided to pass the torch. So she has passed the torch to me. And so I'm going to finish this one. And once I do, then the whole face of my crochet heart is going to take on a new face and a new look. But I'm encouraging you. I'm not asking you to wait until I finish the project for Mr. Joyful, which is very, very close. I'm asking you to do it now. Too many times we say, I'm going to do this next week. It's going to be my next project. I'll definitely do this in 2026. And if you're like me, 5 years have gone by and you haven't started. I am encouraging you to start today. Not a project you've already started, but one that you haven't started and one that just gets you all giggly and joyful inside. And then I want you to set aside at least an hour, if not 2 hours a week. And then I want you, when you're done with your hour or your 2 hours, no more than 2 hours, I want you to take a picture and send it to me. Every picture you send me, just a reminder, gets you 2 extra entries on our Tea Party giveaway wheel. But I'm going to have a showcase and I'm going to show all your progression pictures up to your final picture. Don't be worried though, if the showcase comes and you're still working on that project and you haven't got to the finalization of it. That just gives a little bit of excitement to the Joyful family and I to continue patiently waiting until you get to that finale and you finish it. But the part of it is not so much just about doing a project you've always wanted to do. It's about taking care of yourself. And that is something I am not good at, but I am getting a lot better at. And really, I have all of you to thank for that. So I want to give that back to you. I want you to take care of yourself, and I want you to set aside some time to just live, be happy, be joyful, do what makes you happy. Now, Crochet Heart is obviously crochet. But if crochet is not your mojo thing, and diamond painting is, or woodworking, or cross stitching, whatever, I still will include those. But of course, the main thing will be crochet because it's obviously Crochet Heart. But I'm opening it to whatever your passion is. I want to share it, and I want to not only encourage and motivate you to take care of you and to do something that makes you happy and joyful, but to share it with others and inspire them. You know, sometimes when I just look at y'all's pretty makes, especially if I'm not having a really great day, it just makes me so happy. It just fills me with all kinds of warmness and goodness. And so we never know what we do, how it impacts others. So the gift that we've been given is not only a gift to ourselves, but a gift that can plant seeds to others. And so, as my new saying with Crochet Heart, when I start the new look, will be open up your heart and crochet, or whatever it is you do, diamond painting, cross stitching, whatever, but you got the picture. I'm very, very excited. I'm very grateful that Dana and all of the other exciting things that she wants to invest her time in, that she didn't let this die down. I'm so grateful and honored that she has given me the opportunity to take it and continue to run with it, because I didn't know what I would have done, because it has changed my life and it's changed my perspective, not only about my craft, but my family, my relationships, and managing my time better. So it's truly impacted me beyond the hook. And I hope that I will be able to do that and inspire you. Okay, I'm going to get off my little Crochet Heart soapbox, but I'm really excited about that too. All right. I'm going to check on the chat and see if there's anyone else that I can nug on. Always enjoy doing that. And see if you guys have got comments. And I'm right back to Jen's little emojis that are across the board there. So thank you for that, Jen. Laura says, can't wait to see the blanket. Yes. Not going to make promises, but I have nothing planned this weekend. I am planning to work on Stranger Things. As y'all know, Kim was here last weekend and we had an amazing time. but have nothing on the schedule. So I really do hope to give you some sneak pictures Monday at the playground. Oh, wait, there is no playground Monday. Well, maybe I'll just put some on the post. So y'all be watching. All right. Hello, Zach. Welcome in. Nugs. He says, hey, Cynthia, I may need to make a trip. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh. All right. Kate says, I have to help my husband. Have a great night, everyone. She is probably gone, but good night, Kate. Mwah. Happy Thanksgiving, Kate. Thank you guys for nugging Zach in. I appreciate that. Zach says, Margie, I sent you a picture. So maybe it wasn't like coming to the Joyful house. Where are you going on a trip for, Zach? Oh, he says it's hard to explain, Jen. Okay. Well, I agree with Jen then. We will just keep you in our prayers, Zach. Oops, sorry, guys. Did not mean to go over to the movie house, Joy House. Let's reel it back to the tea party house. And Zach, this is for you. We will definitely keep you in our prayers. All right. Oh, I like that. I would have to check. I know she's handed it over to me. I would have to check with Dana to see how she feels about me changing the name of it. I didn't think about that. To Passion Heart and truly making it my own. I'll have to talk to her about that, but that's a great idea. Brilliant. Thank you, Jen. Oh, Zach said ER trip, emergency trip. Oh, I missed that. Well, definite prayers then. I am scrolling back up. How did I misread that? I know, Sonja. I'm so excited. I can't wait to show it. She says, my favorite Christmas movie is It's a Wonderful Life. We watch it nearly every year. Well, grab your family and come watch it with the Joy family. And Margie says, same here. Suzanne says, I always use the same 5 numbers. Ivy has them. Great. Bridget says, I sent a whole spinning wheel cheaper. What? That was crazy. I sent it to California. It wasn't Margie, it wasn't Tiffany, but I sent it to California on the very top part before Washington State. I was so shocked. I do need to look into that, Bridget. You know, Jeannie used to talk to me about that all the time. Sanita, my friends, they used to talk to me about that, encourage me to do that. And I never did, but I do need to check into that pirate shipping. Well, you know, and y'all know she was in here in the chat earlier, but she sent me something and it cost $123 to send from the mid states to me. And it was like, that's crazy. That's not even going outside the United States. Mr. Joyful is making faces. Are you going to come say hey then? Hello. And Miss Sonja is celebrating 32 months on the Joy team, but first we'll let Mr. Joyful say hello.
Hello, everybody.
I know. It's like 4 months away from 3 years. What? Wow. I know, right? So you guys, let's take a moment and celebrate Sonja and her milestone. So exciting. All right. And Jen was saying, oh, I don't know why that popped up, but happy birthday again to Gwen and Sonja. That was cool. Let me find Jen's comment again. Oh, I thought he was saying trip. I need to make an trip. I didn't catch that as ER with the lowercase. My bad. My bad. Well, definitely praying for you, Zach. All right. Everyone's saying hello to Mr. Joyful. That means I scrolled too far. Actually, I am caught back up because that's where she was saying about the passion heart. Yes, I'll have to talk to Dana about that. All right. Laura says, hello, Sadie, wherever she is. She is in the living room watching MASH with Grandma Joyful. Oh. Jen says, glad you're back, Sonja. All right. Oh, because her internet was out. Oh my gosh. Well, y'all, have y'all noticed something? Shh. Elsa hasn't been in the Joyful house in a while, so hopefully that 9.5 hours that Mr. Joyful put into my computer 2 Saturdays ago. But anyway, all right. So one more thing I want to share. I've been talking with Pam, and I know many of you like going over to her house, and the way the tea parties run and her lives start, they interlap. And so it makes it very hard and very difficult. And so we were talking, and she said that in the new year, she is willing to start at 9:30, which would be 8:30 her time, 9:30 here, Eastern Standard Time, which is 30 minutes later. And I told her I would talk to the watch party and see if they were willing to start 30 minutes earlier. And they are. We talked tonight. So on our next watch party, which will not happen till January, they are willing to start meeting at 6:30, and we'll wrap up there about 7:45. So the tea parties will be moving from 8:30 to 8. And so we'll do tea parties from 8 to 9:30, and then we'll get off and we'll be able to go straight over to Pam's house and be able to be in on those hellos. So that is the final thing. But again, I will remind you as time gets closer. And again, remember that starting this Monday, even though there's not a lot of information to share because I am going to be off for the week, I'll have a new setup where every video and live that will happen will go out on that one post at 11 a.m. every Monday morning. And if there is a link again missing, I will add it in as I can. All right. That catches us up on everything. So now we're going to head over and look at our video. It is a very short one tonight, but that is okay. I'm still very grateful to the person who sent in pictures. And they are here. So I'm going to tell them specifically, thank you. Sonja, thank you. Without you, we wouldn't have had a video tonight. So I'm very grateful for that. And just want to remind you that you got 2 entries per picture that you sent in. All right. So if you will, let me share screen here, and we're going to go check out that video. This week, we are celebrating 2 birthdays that I know of. And yet, I took a sip right before we started. That's how it works. Never get it on the first try, but try again. We must. All right, welcome back. Hope you got energized expressing your joy and felt more joy just fill into your joy tank. And also thank you for helping me celebrate the birthdays with Gwen and Sonja. And there's a piece of hair on my lip that's driving me crazy. This is definitely a blooper. All right. Thank you again, Sonja, so much for sending those pictures. I saw Dawn's message that she had to run, and that makes me sad because I actually had something to show y'all, and I am making it for her per her request. And so I'm sad that she won't get to see those updates, but maybe she'll catch the replay. Samantha was asking for prayer. So definitely, let me get over here real quick. Definitely sending out those prayers for her. There we go. So hope whatever is going on, Samantha, that you definitely start feeling better. I know you said your tummy wasn't doing so great. And thank you all for all the prayers that you're sending out to her. Laura says she needs to go to sleep. So if you're heading out, Laura, good night. Thank you so much for coming over. We are about to wrap up. So if you guys can give me about 5 more minutes, I would appreciate it. We are going to wrap up. Got a couple quick other little things that I need to do real quick. First thing is, you guys, I don't know if you've seen this or not, but on our videos and lives and stuff, there's a little button that says hype. And I want to encourage y'all, if you really, really enjoy something, don't do it if you don't really enjoy it. I appreciate you doing it because you like me, but I'd rather you do it if you really enjoy that video and you think someone else would enjoy it, especially like the traveling box of joy or something like that. These tea parties, if you hype those, then what happens is every time it's hyped and the more people that hype it, of course, YouTube moves it up a scale and it puts it out there for people and kind of like tries to say, you know, hey, you might want to check this out. Go explore this person and their content. And so I would greatly appreciate that. And we get some kind of reward points. And from what I understand, I'm still learning about it. Those reward points just put our content higher under different categories on YouTube. I know Angela has been doing a really great job of hyping my videos and my lives and letting me know that. And I want to say personally, thank you to you, Angela, for that. I always appreciate the love and support that you guys give to the channel. So if you've seen that and didn't know what it was, now you know, and I would greatly appreciate you hyping them if you really enjoy it, and definitely leaving a thumbs up if you enjoy it. All right. The next thing real quick, let me clear off that video and open up the tool here. So I was going to start something where I would give you a word, and if you use it in a comment after the video or live, you could get extra entries. And again, I've really just tried to really think through some things, and I really want to work smarter and not harder. So instead of doing that, if you leave your comments, you guys have been getting an entry for that anyway. If it's something like the joy word and you use the joy word, you get extra points. The tea party polls, which we've got our tea party poll to do, and then we'll be calling it a night. If you let me know, your answers for the poll, because you're usually guessing on mine, but if you leave a comment and let me know yours, you not only get an entry for the comment, but you get an entry for sharing. So anytime I ask you to provide some kind of information or tell me your opinion, and you do, then you do get 2 extra, you get 2 entries for that. But anyway, I want to take a moment and just randomly pick some people in the chat and say thank you for being here, and give them a couple entries on the wheel. And how it works is it would be your name, and it would say tea party, and then tonight's not the date for tonight's tea party. So that way, if you win, you'll know that it was an entry because you were here at the tea party on that particular night. So let me get that pulled up, and let's see. What's a word everyone could put in the chat? You know what? Well, we've kind of used that one already. How about Thanksgiving? Since Thanksgiving is coming, everybody just type the word Thanksgiving in the chat. I think I closed myself out. Did I close myself out? I think I booted myself out of the tea party. Oh my goodness. Oh no, there we are. I just switched screens. Okay. Phew. I thought I kicked myself out of my own live. How funny. Funny, funny, funny. All right, there we go. There's the word there. How come I don't see anybody? Huh. I see no comments. Maybe it wasn't me. Maybe it was StreamYard. Where's my comments? Weird. Ah, there they are. That was really weird. You are here. I'm over here. Y'all are so precious. Y'all always fill the joyful house with so much joy. Thank you so much. All right. So I'm going to let you guys keep dropping Thanksgiving. Drop it several times. And while you're doing that, we have one more thing that we're going to do. I'm going to remove the word for just a moment. And I'm going to do our tea party poll while we're waiting for everyone to drop the word Thanksgiving. All right. And let's see. Let me get that open up. And I do appreciate y'all playing in these polls. It really means a lot. Oh, and by the way, while the video was playing, I retasted the jasmine tea, and with it cooled down a little bit, it's not as strong as it was. And I have to say, I think I'm going to be able to drink the whole cup. It still has, and I figured out what it is about flower tasting teas that I don't like. It's almost like drinking a perfume. There's a very strong aftertaste on the palate. And that's why I like a strong aftertaste. Don't get me wrong. I love a good apple cinnamon taste. I love a good lemon taste, but it literally tastes like I, had perfume left on my finger or something, and I licked my finger, and but not my favorite, but I can drink it. All right. let me put this back up. So thank you for always experimenting these teas with me and making it a very interesting tea party. So our poll for tonight, and I normally put the poll up in the chat too. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to let you answer in the chat. Or do y'all like it being anonymous? You might like it being anonymous. So it won't take me but a second to do that. I'm going to put it in the chat real quick. Let me get over here. Oh, if it works, you know, since the goal thing is not working, the poll thing may not work either. Let's see. Let's see if I can get the poll to work real quick. Start a poll. You guys keep typing Thanksgiving. Remember that helps you get more points as a chatter for doing that. May not necessarily give you a heads up or leg up for being chosen, but definitely will help you with the chatter points. And I'm going to modify it just a little bit. Which animal have I never had as a pet? Okay. And let's see here. I should have been working on this while you're watching the video. Okay. All right, let's see if the poll will work. Well, it looks like the poll's going to work. That's awesome. All right, so there's the poll. So while you guys are answering that, let me put the word Thanksgiving back up on the screen. And we will pick, we're going to pick 10 people. And all this is doing is giving you an extra entry on the giveaway wheel that we will draw our winners on December the 11th, Thursday, December the 11th. All right, here we go. First person is Sunita. Congratulations. Our second one is Miss Margie. Congratulations. And Tiffany, congratulations. Our fourth name is Wanda. Congratulations, Wanda. All right. Number 5 is Diane Sharp. Congratulations. 5 more to go. Jen, congratulations. All right, this is number 7. Mateo, congratulations. Number 8. You're welcome, Jen. Suzanne says, I also forgot my original poll answer, LOL. Angela, congratulations. All right, next, this is number 9. And it is Suzanne. Congratulations. And one final, it's going to make me enter it again. So bear with me just a second. We'll come over here and type in Thanksgiving. You guys get to see a little bit how we do this behind the scenes. Here we go. All right. And I'll tell you what, since we're not going to be here, I'll go ahead and do five more draws real quick. Miss Margie. All right. And that was 10. So we're going to do an extra 5 since we won't be here for Thanksgiving. And Miss Anita, congratulations. That's one of the extra 5. Diane Sharp, congratulations. All right, 3 more to go. And Miss Wanda, congratulations. Congratulations, Mateo. And our final name goes to, our final entry, I guess I should say. Our final entry is Miss Sonja. Congratulations. All right. And we'll do this again tomorrow night. So if you're at the tea party tomorrow night, you'll have more opportunities to get on that giveaway wheel. All right. Let me pull the poll back up. And of course, it was, you all know we have a dog named Sadie, and I've talked many times about the cats we've had before. And then I said, which animal below do you think I've never had as a pet? 7% of you on the post said a goldfish or betta. 36% of you said a hamster. 14% said a bunny. And 43% said a bird. Now, I do always like to go check the comments and see if you've shared. And Jen says, well, we raised bunnies for the fair, had fish from the fair. Hamsters are too much like mice, so no. And my aunt has birds and they're loud, so no. So can they really be pets? Jen, thank you so much for answering. And just so you know, you got 2 entries on the wheel for that. Tiffany says, hello, Miss Cynthia. My guess is a rabbit. I have never had a rabbit. Truth is, they make me nervous enough that I wouldn't be able to touch them, at least a full-grown rabbit. I might pick it up if it was a baby. I guess I'm like that with most animals. I prefer to love them and raise them from babies. Tiffany, thank you for sharing. Also, that earns you 2 extra entries on the wheel. And Janet, almost heaven handmade, said, I currently have 3 dogs with a Basset puppy coming December 8th. How fun. 2 cats, 9 chickens. In the past, I've had birds, bunnies, fish, hamster, and a gerbil. And she also got 2 extra entries on the wheel. And Mateo said, I've had a rabbit before. And Mateo, you also got 2 extra entries. So what do you guys think? So let me go over and look at our poll. Let's see if I can pull this up. Let me find the live. And there it is. Let's see what that is saying. Okay, there we go. Let me go to the top. Well, I don't see the poll. Did you guys get the poll up there? Did it appear? Oh, I see it now. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. Oops. But you know what? When I did that, Cynthia, I didn't get to see it. I thought when I ended it, it would stay, but it doesn't stay. Lesson learned. Oh my gosh. Did anybody by any chance see which one y'all thought, or which one had the most percentage? Cynthia. Good night, Sonja. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, well. I will have to remember next time, don't close it until you're ready to close it, like for good. All right. Well, let me pull the poll back up then this way. For those of you, oh, Jen says she sent me a text. Let me look. I put my phone on silent. So thank you for telling me. Maybe she took a screenshot. Wouldn't that be amazing? She did. She did. Let me see. Oh, but it's not showing me. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Thank you, Jen. All right. So 42% tonight said hamster, and 42% said bunny. 8% said goldfish or betta fish, and 8% said bird. The answer is, hang on. Bunny. The answer is bunny. Wow, that's an awful big space right there. How crazy is that? Y'all are going to watch me edit in live time. That's a crazy big space there. So bunny is the answer. I've never had a bunny. I have had lots of goldfish. In fact, at one point in time, I used to work for Walmart and I was the manager of the pet department. And I actually went to a small veterinary local school and learned a lot about fish. And I even took a side job of going into people's homes and helping them make their fish tanks healthy again and helping them diagnose the different viruses and funguses that were growing in their fish tank and how to save it and salvage it without losing all of their fish. If you'll remember way back about almost 3 years ago, I did a tour. Maybe it was 4 years ago, because gosh, you guys have been on YouTube for almost 6 years. That's so hard to believe. I did a tour of the studio and I had betta fish that was on a fireplace that I had over here. It's not there anymore. But anyway, hamsters, gerbils. I've never had a gerbil, but I've had hamsters. When I was a missionary in Savannah, Georgia, we had Siberian dwarf hamsters. And I am not a mouse fan by any means. Those beady little eyes just get me. But a Siberian dwarf hamster, the eyes are a little bit different. They don't have the long spiry tail. They have a short blunt tail. And they have different colors to them. But anyway, I had Siberian dwarf hamsters with one of the other missionaries named Carlton. And yeah, mine was named Agape. But anyway, love them so much that when the boys were growing up and they wanted a different pet, we also got them Siberian dwarf hamsters. But anyway, they do not have a very long lifespan, so not exactly the best pet for children. And then birds, when the boys were young, one of the families that lived on the point where my parents still live, they had parakeets and they had cockatiels. And they were just getting up in age and needing to find another home for them. And so we took them. And we had birds for quite a long time. And Jen is right. They do get loud and noisy. A sheet covering over them does wonders when that happens. But anyway, eventually we ended up moving. And when we moved, we ended up finding a home for those birds. So that was awesome. A bunny I've never had. I've heard bunnies are a lot of work and can rather be kind of a handful. So I don't know. I cannot testify to that. But that is the answer, a bunny. There is not another poll, and there won't be until the new year as we get closer to the next tea party. Well, there is another tea party. I'm so sorry. I keep rushing us out of this year. We do have one more tea party. So that poll will actually come out on Thursday, December 4th for December the 11th. All right, you guys. I am so grateful for you being here with me and definitely hanging over by 10 minutes. We've run over 10 minutes tonight. So anyway, Jen says, well, look at you. I never knew about you. You are awesome. You're so sweet. All right. Tiffany says, woohoo, I got it. Jen says, I guess wrong both times. Suzanne said goldfish, 8%, bird. Oh, thank you. She was giving me, and Sunita was helping out with the percentage. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. Oh, y'all can still see it in the chat. Well, when I closed it closed it for me. So thank you. And you guys were telling me what it was tied between. But anyway, okay. Awesome, awesome. All right, let me just check my notes real quick. We've done everything. Oh, I have something to show you, and then we're going to head out. I'm sad that Dawn's not here, but she asked me to make a baby set. And so I have been working on that. Sadly, I have not, and I'm pulling out stitches as I speak. I've not been able to work on it. And that's a star stitch. That was a lot of work. Let me pull this yarn so I don't pull out any more star stitches. But she asked me to make a baby set. And I've almost got the majority of it done. All I have left is a hat and some baby booties. And once I sit down and do those, it'll take me no time. But so far, these are the little pants. They're so tiny. What is that? Oh, I was like, what is that thread? All right. They're so tiny, y'all. So cute. I love the star stitch. It is a yarn eater, but oh my gosh, I love the way that looks. I'd made a hat one time for Hat Not Hate in that star stitch and loved it. But anyway, this is the little sweater that I'm working on. It is not quite finished. I've got this sleeve here to finish and then the buttons to put on. It'll have 6 little buttons that will go down the front. So I'll have that to show next time. And if I get it done and she's got to come get it before I can show it, I will have pictures, of course. But I do have those little buttons right here. I had some blue buttons, but I didn't like them. I thought for this little baby outfit, I wanted some clear blue buttons. So I went on Amazon and I found 50 buttons. And with tax, I got them for $6 basically with tax, but it's these little clear blue buttons. So that's what it's going to have on them. So very excited about that. And then the hat will take me literally no time, and the booties. So hopefully hope to have that done by the end of the weekend. So, all right. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Jen. And thank you for being here, Angela. She said, well, hang on, the chat jump. I've enjoyed being in your live. Good night, everyone. Stay safe. Well, good night. Thank you for being here. She says, those are beautiful colors. Jen says, adorable. Suzanne says, aw. Tiffany says, so cute. I hope you all have a great Friday and wonderful weekend and a happy Thanksgiving. Take care. Nugs, everyone. Yes, yes, you guys. I do wish you all a very, very happy Thanksgiving. All right. Thank you so much, Margie. She says the baby outfit is cute. And Mateo is saying good night, everyone. All right. Well, I will see you next time. Be joyful, my friends. Stay crafty in your own way. Make your own joyful creations and be the joy in everything you do. And remember to hug yourself daily. Sometimes no one else is going to do it. So you've got to do it. And when you hug yourself daily, then you can hug others. And if Dawn P were here, she would remind us all to look up when you're feeling down or feeling blue. All right. Nugs, nugs. Mwah. I love you. Have a good night. Have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. All right.